I've actually been decorating since the day after Thanksgiving. I've had my Christmas tree up that long. This is probably the earliest I've ever decorated for the holidays. But I was so excited because my little man was here. So since I put my Christmas tree up the day after Thanksgiving and started decorating that early, that means that I've had that footage all this time. But I really didn't want to go through this footage because while I was doing this, the baby was here. And it makes me kind of sad. It makes me so sad that on the day that I'm posting this video, I don't really have footage because I'm feeling kind of melancholy. And so I thought it was time to pull this footage out and show you guys the beginnings of me making my house look like Christmas. You have seen snippets of this footage, just not the footage in its entirety. But now I'm ready to show it to you. When I am all done with my Christmas decorations, if I can get out of this funk that I'm in, when I'm all done, I will have possibly 4 Christmas trees, and I may have mentioned that in another video. I have this black one that we really wanted a couple years ago and finally got. I have another black one that I got because I couldn't get this one. And I think I'm going to move it upstairs because now that I've been in my backyard, I can see how cool it would look if I had 2 Christmas trees, one in each window. At first, I thought that would be too much. But after we went to the Christmas party last weekend, they had like 6 Christmas trees in their house. They really love Christmas and it looked amazing. And you know what? I can do what I want because it's my house, right? We have to give ourselves permission to do whatever it is that we want. So I have the other black Christmas tree downstairs in the basement, and I've decided that I'm going to bring it up here to the family room, move my bigger plants, and have 2 Christmas trees in this room. Is it overindulgent? Probably. But right now, the way that I feel, I'm going to do what I want to do because that is what's going to bring me out of my funk. I'm going to turn my house into Christmas regardless. And I'm determined to enjoy this holiday season. Just a little under the weather right now. Look how excited he was when I put up the Christmas tree. This is the hard part, you guys. Please bear with me. I'm bearing my soul to you. I do miss him so very much. And I have not talked to him in over a week. And I think what put me in this funk is because I saw a video of him on Facebook yesterday. And it caught me off guard. So, wow. Anyway, I'm going to throw myself into this project. I'm also going to continue to do the things that I do. I'm going to continue to make videos for you guys. But your girl is having a moment. And this too shall pass. Now, while I have this Christmas tree up and I have another Christmas tree that you'll see in a minute, while I have them up and the house looks great so far. I mean, I still have stuff everywhere and I still have boxes of decorations that I need to go through. While I have these Christmas trees up, I do plan on doing some things outside, which I talked about in a previous video. I do plan on trying to make my house look like a Candyland Christmas or a gingerbread Christmas. It is a big undertaking, and I don't have all of the supplies right now. And so I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it, but I do need to get it done. That's why I started early. That's why I started the day after Thanksgiving. So I've got a couple Christmas trees already up. If someone were to come over, or if I were to have people over for, dessert or whatever, like, it's already very festive in here. And there are little touches really throughout the house. My hubby even added a couple of my little mini Christmas trees to the ledge on the backsplash in the kitchen, which was really cool. And he's been helping me like set up and prepare so that I can get this done and so that the house can look really nice. I think too, I need to maybe pull out a couple candles or maybe do some sort of simmer pot so that I can actually make the house smell like Christmas. And I think that will perk me up and make me feel a little bit better. So I decided that I was going to do themed trees. I did my first themed tree 2 years ago, and it's this white one here. And I think I've talked to you about it in another video. But this tree is like my heirloom tree that I wanted to put heirloom ornaments and retro ornaments. But at this point, the tree has gotten pretty, at this point, the tree is definitely small. And I really think I can only fit the smaller ornaments on it. So I think what I'm going to do with this particular tree is just put the tiny ornaments, the little ones that, are still nostalgic, but just the smaller ones because it is a smaller tree. And the larger ornaments I will put on the 2 black trees. We have been constantly collecting ornaments whenever we make a Target run or we go to a store that has ornaments. If we see some cute ones, we just go ahead and grab them because I'm wanting more fun and festive ornaments. But I would also like a tree that has really pretty ornaments. And I think I may switch things out a little bit. Like I may put all of my retro ornaments and my fun, festive toy ornaments on the 2 black trees. And I think I might just buy some really gorgeous, over the top, pretty ornaments for the white tree. Now, I said I would possibly have 4 trees. I do have room in my living room for another tree, which I was thinking would be a great place to put all of our old ornaments, like the kids' first ornament and my grandson's first ornament and, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. We spend all our time in the family room. And, when you're sitting in here, you want to look at the trees. You want to enjoy the tree. So it may be a good idea to just put those ornaments in here where we're spending most of our time and we can really enjoy them. But then on the other hand, it might be a good idea to put those old nostalgic ornaments on the living room Christmas tree because you can go in there quietly by yourself and just reflect. So I don't know. We will see. We will see what looks good where. And what makes the most sense. I honestly believe that I'm overthinking it, but if you know me, you know that's what I do. Honestly, though, given the way that I've been feeling here lately, I might end up just decorating everything. I mean, technically I already decorated the dog. Either way, whatever I do, I will make sure that I'm very mindful about it. This right here tugs at the heartstrings though, because this is the baby boy's first ornament that I made him last year. I crocheted it myself. It will be here waiting for him whenever he gets a chance to actually get to see it again. Hopefully, from my lips to God's ears, that's sooner rather than later. It will definitely have a place on the family ornament tree. We always talk about the reason for the season, and, it's the celebration of Christ's birthday. And for those who celebrate, that is very important. It is very important to me. But it's also about family and about love and about, I think, even forgiveness. It's also a time where people can actually reflect on their lives, but also just share quiet moments with loved ones. And I think we don't do that anymore. I remember when I was a kid, every year, the entire family would get together for Christmas. And then over time, it started to be less and less. And then we didn't have the Christmas dinner anymore on Christmas Day. It became, where each individual family kind of did their own thing. And then we would come together on some random day in December instead of actually spending Christmas together. And then one by one, the aunts passed away, the uncles passed away, and we all grew apart. And then I moved away, and honestly, I stay away. And there's no real reason for that. It's just that I've built my family here now. I have my own traditions now. And because the siblings that I grew up with that I was close to are gone. My parents are gone. I never really had grandparents. All of my aunts are gone and all of my uncles are gone. So all of the traditions that we have now, all of the things that we do, all of the things that we celebrate, they really do originate with us. My family, my children, my grandchild, my husband, they are my family. So when that starts to splinter, then you wonder, what's next? You never want to think about having to be all alone. And yet I know that there are people who really don't have anybody during this time. And when I think about that and I become really aware of that, it makes me really appreciate what I have and who I have in my life, regardless of tension or if we are struggling at the moment. It still makes me appreciate the family and friends and loved ones that I'm close to and that I do actually still have. So here we are, current day, present day, today's footage. And while I was feeling under the weather today, I did manage to do a little bit of decorating. I had to switch things up a little bit. When I was at the party last weekend, I realized that through my windows, you could actually see my tree. And I really wasn't planning on decorating the back of my tree because I figured there's woods between myself and my neighbors, although all of the leaves are off of those trees and you can definitely see. I thought oh, well, it's not a big deal. You won't really be able to see because it's not up close. But when I looked out the window of my neighbor's house, who lives right behind me, you can't actually see our trees. You still can't make out specific ornaments or see anything in great detail, but you can still see the tree. So I saw that TikTok ornament hack where you make a garland out of the ornaments with wire. And I thought I would try that, but just to put on the back of the tree so that I'm not putting a ton of ornaments back there. And because this particular tree is pre-lit, the lights are already there, but I thought I'd just add a little bit more interest. So that was my big project for the day. And I have to admit, it kind of got me out of my little funk that I was in, just a little bit, because it gave me a purpose. It gave me something to do. Since I don't have all of the supplies that I need for my Candyland outdoor theme, I really was just struggling today to figure out, like, okay, what can I do? I did carve up a pool noodle to try to make like one of those candy necklaces, but you know, obviously in life size. I did do that today, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with how it turned out, because the pool noodle was there I go again, not being able to say pool noodle. The pool noodle was kind of small, and it wasn't giving the desired effect. I really want something that's a little bit bigger to go on the tree outside of my house. But I think that if I paint the little circles that I made and string them together, I can make little small candy necklaces. So we'll see. But anyway, I was doing that today. It wasn't working out. I got a little bit discouraged. And then I remembered that, like, hey, you know, you can do that bulb garland hack. And I got all excited for like 5 minutes. And I did it, you guys. I actually did it. And I think I might be able to show you guys from outside, but not today, maybe in a future video. But I can show you from up close what it kind of looks like. And from outside, though, in the dark, it actually looks really cool. So I thought I'd share that moment with you, because that was an up moment. That was a very positive moment in my day, and it just lets me know that I won't be in this funk forever. I did end up having to do this garland in 3 different sections instead of doing one long garland, which I've seen people do. It just seems really tedious to do it that way. So instead, I did it in 3 different sections, and I think it turned out really well. I turned the tree around just so I could show you guys. And there's definitely like a couple of spaces that I need to fill in, like down here, but that would be really easy to do. I literally could just take an ornament from another part of the tree and stick it in there. Oh, okay. And wait a minute, and stick it in there. And I can just keep filling up this meandering garland. I can even put more at the top and take it all the way down to the bottom. But I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to get too tedious, because I have a ton of other things to do. And because, as you can see, this will be the part of the tree that's facing the window. And when people see it from outside, it'll be very far away. They won't see details. So it'll just look like a really cool meandering garland. I really wish I could have done an ombre effect. That would have been really cool too. I may do it on the second tree as well. We will see. And then the front of the tree has some of the cool ornaments that we've been collecting that I told you about. Like, we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark and Baby Yoda, a bag of chips. Friends, I showed you these, the Eiffel Tower. I got the blue cheese ornament because I love me some blue cheese. Stuart Little, I do believe this is. And Pop-Tarts, churros, and the mixtape, which I showed you in, I think it was the last video, definitely a previous video. So, ooh, and there's my Uggs. I have had those for years. So I'll be adding more to this tree, and the second tree will go over here. In the meantime, though, I will leave you with a close-up of this one. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing the video if you've shared it. And continue to watch. I will continue to show up for Vlogmas, or at least I'll try. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next one.